Good morning guys, how are you? It's peaceful, isn't it? Welcome back to V1. These boys, which you can't see at the moment, have been slaving away all morning. Oh, you can hear them. I just got here and we are in the process of trying to leave no trace. This is where the fire pit was. A few bits that we need to collect there. The dance floor, you can see, has now been removed. The bar's about to go. These weren't our logs, but we'll take them just to clear the site. It has been so wet and muddy and snowy and all that stuff that you know about that it's been impossible to move the huts. It's even still too wet now. We have to move absolutely everything other than the 2 huts before we can get into the new space, which is a bit of a pain, but it's probably the right way around to do it. It's too wintry still. Which, wait, no. He's just sliding around. We're in trouble here, possibly, we'll see, but we're gonna try and get these boards under and get this moving. If there's one thing I've learned this year, is that you should only ever try and move anything in the country in like the 2 weeks of summer. Other than that, it's a pain in the ass. Oh, it's close. I mean, I should probably stop filming and start helping, but... Oh yeah, so close. Oh, he's on! He's on! Something's spinning over there. Rock that baby. Rock that baby. So it turns out it is a little bit stuck. So you either go deeper in, back there, and come back for a run up, or you call Ali and try and get a tow. It is quite a poignant smell of clutch, isn't it?
It's very clutchy.
No one wants clutch in the morning. Oh dear. This is the country walk of shame, walking over to the neighbour's house when your van's stuck in the mud. Nothing more humiliating than having to own up to the fact that you don't know how to judge the conditions, your tools, or the environment. We're kind of thinking that we might be able to get the dance floor inside the pig shed and then also put the bar inside the pig shed. It's quite nice actually bringing all this furniture with us. I think it's once we get in there, you're enjoying the mobile disco of Sheeran in the pocket.
Sheeran in the pocket.
Where is Ed Sheeran?
Little Eddie's in my pocket.
Hello, Mr. Frog.
Cause it's been 3 long days since I sat and started to wonder about these blue sky days behind the clouds that give me cover. Now I'm on my way inside of space and no to others.
We'll get the lights on. Okay, good. Oh dear. Oh, right, managed to find Chaz. Didn't rub my nose in it too bad. He said everyone gets stuck. I think there is some rite of passage in getting stuck. Oh, hang on, we got 2 sets of help now. Oh, Ali's here too.
Only waste my time inhaling drugs that I am giving let loose.
The cavalry's come in. And now we got Tractor Man. We got Ali's big beast. At least we'll find out which is the most successful. Let's see what happens. Whoa, 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 wee-wah! Whoa, whoa, wee-wah! Holy shags! It's all kicking off! Oh my gosh!
Steer the other way, steer towards me.
Here we go, we're in the raised beds! Oh my gosh! It is all kicking off! It is all kicking off! Flipping heck! Yes! You did it by the power of your mind, Chaz. You didn't even have to get off the tractor. Bloody hell, I've been trying not to make a mess in this place all year. And off they go. When you don't have much to offer a community, and they don't really care about it, they don't even have the internet here very well, it's very hard to contribute. You know, you don't always pay everyone for everything, but you want to feel like you're offering something. Can't pay them anything, but Chaz had a good idea to give Ali and Ruth a token for a meal down the fountain, so I think that's a good shout. The challenge with bringing all the woodlandy stuff out of the woodland is that if we put it in the garden of the house, it'll just look messy. So I think we're going to just put it over the fence here, because in this field there's the pig shed and there's a bunch of wood there. It needs tidying up anyway, but I think if we stick it there, we can at least make a plan with the farm about what to do. Hopefully we'll find an arrangement for this spot anyway, because this is, I think, going to be, for me, Corco 2. There is a much richer bird song here than in the woods last year.
The tensions are rising.
providing that we get it all arranged properly, I think this is actually going to go pretty well over here. I think we're going to have a nice little spot where the V1 rusticness of the huts and everything mixes with what we've been learning about food and the land. I think we could have quite a nice little setup actually. I'm getting the passion back, I think. I can sort of see a vision for it again, which feels good. So the idea is that we'll get all these slabs of wood that are all sticking around here and we'll patch up the hut here. Now we've managed to get the 2x4s over here, I was thinking we should finally try and stick them in the bad boy and see whether it fits. This is the idea, is that a 2x4 would fit in, and that doesn't fit at all, so...
Is it not? No.
Well, it would only take a bit of shaving. You got the 3mm.
Yeah.
The outside diameter.
Because it's perfect for the outside.
And then that's the idea there. This is the point of prototyping. This is why I haven't bought 100 of these brackets yet, because we need to make sure we get the little things right. Because it's fine, we can shave a bit off, but that's just more work for everyone. The whole point is, when you start this project, you want to have a cube within an hour. That's the idea. But do we think that's going to be enough of a shoe for it? I think so. We need to get a 2.4 metre beam, really. We'll try and figure this out soon, because I need to send brackets to France, to Scotland. We need to get going on it here. So I need 8 per cube, 8, 16, 24. I need to buy at least 24. Probably need to buy 50 of these, so we need to get it right. Oh dear. Okay, keep going.
More?
Yeah, keep going. Get a slow-mo shot of me throwing my legs out.
This place hypnotized me. Just started to walk that lonely road. Take me home, take me home.
Yeah, I'm really beginning to picture it here now.
Take me home, take me home, take me. Oh, hold my breath and wait, try not to think, it makes me anxious, getting out of shape. Just lay awake in bed on space and thinking about those days I should be living out of stasis, can't move.
We've been working up an idea for the last few days, firstly with Jessica over in LaSalle, and then now just in the car, thinking about hut workshops. We're thinking it could be a really fun thing to do, to get people to one of these bases, to do a work party where we build 2 huts, and one of them goes to the estate, but the other one gets sold off, and once all the costs are covered, any profit for however much it goes for on eBay or whatever platform's appropriate gets shared by the attendees. So there would be a ticket price, like you would pay a few £100 to come for the week in this amazing place, meet cool people, learn skills, build a hut. But then when it got sold, if it was good enough and it made enough money, then you might actually get all your money back, or even make profit for coming. If that's something that you would be interested in doing this summer in Europe, yeah, let me know. I think it could be something that I'd be up for doing. Me and Josh could maybe pull it off together once we've practiced over here.
I hope so.
And what would be cool is that we'd all have skin in the game. You would want to make the hut work because it's going to pay off your holiday and your learning. I would want it to work because I was fronting the cost for materials, and I would share that cost with the landowner, the person who's running the base, and so they would want it to work too, or else they're going to have crap huts on their land that's cost them lots of money. So it's a nice feeling when everyone's incentives are all aligned. Anyway, if you're interested, put it in the comments below and we'll have a think about whether to pull it off. You raise me up out of the muddy hole and get it back on the straight and narrow, maybe onto some wooden planks. But I want to see if it can take the weight. There's the jack, there's the chock. At the moment, yeah, but the wood is just going into the ground. I think we're going to need some help. Might leave that one for today.
I push the line too much, I'm coming from deep and scary places. Look at the time too much, preoccupied by all the faces staring back at our judgmental figures, try to change it, that's true.
I do miss this place. This is the first time I've been on a little walk around it leisurely like I used to. I think the main thing, the simplest thing that I didn't appreciate before was how flat it is. So flat. It's making me much more thankful that I actually bothered to make the film, to show the seasons, you know, and to have the vlogs as well, because it is very much over. This space for me is very much over. And seeing these primroses come through again makes me realise that we really have gone full circle on it. Getting rid of the boxes, like we're going to take some of the raised beds with us, but the others we're just going to rake into the ground. But I'm kind of hoping that it will leave like a wild vegetable patch that will just grow some random stuff. The main thing is we've got to get these tarps from underneath because they're not good for the ground, but leaving the soil raked out is actually pretty damn hard work. This last raised bed, it's so rooted together, we just can't break it apart. Okay, I'll join the tug of war. We've got nothing. This has just become like a matted carpet. Yeah, we've got the tarp out now, so it doesn't matter if we leave it a bit. We're almost there now. Look at the mud that kicked up on the toilet. We're gonna have to clean that lid. It's very interesting now. When I came here, obviously no plan, just to simply engage. And now taking all these ingredients over to the cottage and thinking about how we use them there, it's a lot more finite. We know what we're dealing with. It's much easier to plan because we actually have some constraints and some knowledge about what we're doing, which I'm excited to move on to V2, but I wouldn't have wanted to start there. It's becoming a thing of the past. This year is closing down, but I will never forget it, and I'll never get to have a year like that again. And I'm so glad that I made the film that did justice to the woods that I experienced that year, because even if I spend the rest of my life, half of it in the countryside, I'll never feel what I felt like I did last year in here. Next week, like I said, an interesting week up in Oxford University Business School with all these social entrepreneurs, both famous ones and aspiring ones with Chivas. So that'll be interesting, tapping back to the Solvi days. If you guys haven't seen the Solvi videos, then I'll put the link in below so you can see both Louis' videos, he made most days, and then my reflections. So watch Louis' first and then my reflections, and that'll get you in the mindset for next week's video. Until then guys, take care of yourselves and look after each other.
Take me home, take me home.
Nice butt.
Take me